Okay, in section 2.6 of 8th grade math, I don't know what number this is, but it's supposed to be 8th grade, we're dealing with graphing in the quadrant in 4 quadrants. Okay, so we're dealing with 2 timelines fit together, and each timeline has a name, the x-axis and the y-axis, and where they intersect is called the origin. Okay, it makes 4 different quadrants, and how you think of it, this is called the Cartesian plane, which is C. So you can see that it is written in a C shape. So first quadrant, second, third, fourth. So it goes this way. All right? The first quadrant is 2 positive numbers. Okay, and remember when we just did a 1 number line, we only have one number. But since we have 2 number lines together, we have to have 2 variables, 2 integers. One number represents the x-axis and one number represents the y-axis, because we're dealing with 2 number lines. So the first one is when both numbers for each axis is positive. For the second one is when the x-axis number is negative and the y is positive. The third quadrant is when they're both negative, and the fourth quadrant is when the x is positive and the y is negative. So as you can tell, the first number is my x, okay, and the second number is my y. X, comma, y. So the first question is asking us to write the ordered pair that names each point. So if we go look at P, we're going to do the x-axis first and then the y. Remember that, x and then y. So let's figure out where it is on the x. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the x. So that means that this is 4, comma. Okay? Now I know that it's in the 4th quadrant, right, already. Okay? So I can just say that this is in the 4th quadrant because it's asking for the number in the quadrant. But now we have to look at the y. Sorry, I should have done the coordinate first and then the quadrant. But so the x is 4, and then the y is the one that goes up and down, so it's going down. So so if I'm going down, I'm going negative, right? So I'm going 1, 2, 3, nope, 2. Negative 4, 4, negative 2. Now in class you'll have graphing paper, and the book will be a little bit more exact, so it's easier to tell. It might be hard to tell on the video. So you'll just have to trust me. Okay? Q is in our 3rd quadrant. The 3rd quadrant is telling me that both numbers are going to be negative. Okay? Now you don't have to memorize this, you just have to remember that on the x, when you go right, it's positive, left is negative. On the y, going up is positive, going down is negative. So let's start with the x value first. Okay? It's telling me that I'm going 1, 2, 3. I'm going backwards, so I'm going negative 3, and I'm going down 1. So comma, negative 1. Okay? So it works the same way when I'm doing the opposite. Instead of me figuring out the points, they give me the points and I have to graph them. So let's look at this. Remember again, this is my x and this is my y. I always start with x and y. First number is x. So that means it wants me to go negative on the x. I don't put the point yet because I still have to go negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my point. I'm going to label it S. Okay? And then this one has no letter. Let's give this the letter L. Okay? So it's telling me, this is my x and y, to go negative 2 on the x, so 1, 2, but then positive 3, 1, 2, 3, putting L in the 2nd quadrant. Okay? So go ahead and write this down, and then do page 100 numbers 2 through 8 even. Okay, page 100 numbers 2 through 8 even, and this is actually the last section we're going to do. We're not going to do 2-7, so the next video will be chapter 3. But I'll see you in class.